Hello there. Hey guys. It's so weird to be back doing another FGO chapter. I didn't even. Man, I'm still mad I didn't get to do the full finale on stream, but my understanding is there wasn't much to do. My weekend was pretty good. It was pretty good. A little busy. It's pretty good. I had a Saturday. I had a family function to go to, and that kind of took up most of my day. And Sunday, what was I doing Sunday? Not much. Sunday was a very relaxed day. Yeah, that was a good weekend though. Yes, we do have a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. Honestly, I would love to do direct watching streams if they didn't do them on weekdays, like right at if I started the stream, I have to rush off the stream. Okay, we're just gonna skip the cutscenes. So to my understanding, this will be a very, very short chapter compared to the previous ones. We should not have to split this stream up. I need to project this for myself. Apologies for the weird color grading on the phone. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, that's an interesting map. It's like a clock. Should probably collect whatever this stuff is. For part 3, it's hard to say. I feel like we're going to be getting hints. Knowing this, because I know right now we're looking at yeah, it is a JP stream. I can talk a little bit about what I've seen. The big idea around this chapter is to be past, present, and future. This one's the past, to my understanding. So I have a feeling during that third part we might be getting hints at what maybe things might look like, just based off that general idea of a flow. Rulers, huh? Okay. Let's grab an Avenger team. Do I have any other Avengers besides Nita Walter here? You know, I don't use you enough. Let's go to my quick setup. I've actually worked on her skills and why not do something I would normally do? Although I'm sure this is going to be an exceptionally easy chapter to complete for most of these fights, from what people have explained to me. So, there's a double thing going on there. Oh, I have to use that mash. Okay. That really, really limits my team comps. Pull that off. Man, you can tell it's only been grand duels lately. Annie 11. Honestly, I'm excited for Anniversary 11, but almost none of it has to do with FGO. A lot of it has to do with if they're going to be using it for for the type. I'm more excited for Type Moon Times this year, thanks to Melty Blood, the possibility of maybe new Tsukihime news, and what was it? I guess there's also stuff seeing if we get any other big news in the wake of FGO finishing. Not that I'm not excited for what Annie's bringing, but you know. Hello, Frostshard. As for Persona 4 Revival, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm happy it's not releasing this year. I was worried it was going to join that giant cluster of games in September. There was just going to be a cluster of games I wanted to play. Thankfully, the only one that seems viable to maybe join that cluster in August or September is, at this point, Fortune's Weave. for Fire Emblem, and I plan to do that one on stream, at least for part of the playthrough. I don't know if I'm gonna. I've been throwing it around. I'm definitely streaming the first part of it on stream. I'm definitely streaming the first like a little bit of it on stream, and I might even do multiple streams. But I don't know if I'm gonna stream the entire thing. I'll see if I feel motivated to keep playing on my own. I'm just gonna keep playing on my own. But if it ends up being like, nah, I'm vibing with keeping this on stream. I'll keep it on the stream instead. But it's gonna depend. Are we about to overkill this? 100%. I actually have Summer Tiamat. I don't know why I'm using Triple Scott E for this, but it's whatever. FE is also in February. That'd be funny if they delayed FE into February. That would really screw me a little bit. I would definitely be playing FE on stream then, because oh yeah, I think Annie is probably Azriel or Galahad. It's one of those two. But yeah, if FE is in February, I'm playing it on stream, beginning to end, because I think I could finish an FE game, even a 3 houses length one on stream. Typically those cap out at 40 to 50 hours. I ain't finishing a Persona on stream. That'd be the stream game for an entire year. Directly after the direct alongside P6. I'm excited for P6, though that trailer was kind of nothing. There's a few things you could grab from it. Like, I think it ties into whatever the protagonist's main persona is. And there might be hints at, like, it might be hinting at a theme of it being maybe a little bit more spooky based, like maybe like in the same way that like 5 had like the Phantom Thief theming, the Lupin theming. I have a feeling that this one's going to be ghost story or horror themed. Okay, this is Lancers and Capster. Let's go back to Arts, because Arts is such an easy comp to fuck around with. I also have to remove some stuff from my setup. No. Here's the art setup. Hilariously, this is easier to fit without MASH in it. But no, I'm gonna move things around a bit. We'll throw MASH up front here. She should be level 100. She's not my grand, though. There we go. Fuck with the comp a little bit. Oh man, I started all the way though. I need to cash those out. I want to change the bond up. I'll say this is bond. Yes. Let's see, against this... Who's a servant I don't use very often? Let's switch over to Buster. I want to... Actually, you're No, it's such a Buster. I want to use Beast. Do I have a... Here's a Farming Buster comp. We'll just... Yeah, we'll ditch this. Sure. Something Greek for anniversary just because you're associating the time aspect of the new chapter with Chronos for some reason? Maybe. Maybe. Yes, the original P5 teaser was a school with balls and chains attacks, a desk with balls and chains attacks. That's not wrong. Though that did lead... Like, you could kind of grab from that a prisoner motif, which did actually end up applying to the final game, so... Okay, I need to remember how Olga works here. I don't use her that often, actually. If I'm not wrong. Not that first. This should... also be hot. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it's good. Like, I'm not saying you can grab everything about Persona 6 from that teaser. Hell no. But there are stuff you can grab from it. Olga's interesting. Olga's like you saw there, that was only 100k damage. Her damage actually leaves a fair bit to be desired more often than not. The real thing is that deck shuffle skill is actually not the least useful thing in the world. And she has, I think she has, her third attack's always AoE, so you can use her really well in 90++ stuff. Same way that CL works really well in 90++. Olga's also particularly good at that. I just prefer to use CL, and I haven't put as much investment into Olga. Also, I like actually having the occasional class advantage with CL. Not that I do want to put more into Olga. Like, eventually I want a 120, or I have her at NP5, I may as well. Yes, her support in that form is actually really good. Third form support is really good. I used her third form for support in Grand Raids. Yes, yeah. Olga as a DPS is just better with more copies. Because it's really hard at NP1 to get over that damage hurdle. Like, that's NP5 damage I just did. With Black Grail, even if it's a non-max broken one. It's not pretty, her damage. Her damage output at base is not pretty, but 120er and stick her in a good multi-core team, and actually I think she's pretty fantastic. Alter Ego. So this is probably Herb, who's arts, so knowing that she's an arts support, let's move back to that arts team I had set up. There it is. And fighting an Alter Ego. Alter Egos are weak to pretenders who are weak to foreigners. I'll bring Solomon. Yes, Summer Tiamat is kind of what I'm saving for right now. Or I'm saving for Summer Tiamat next year. I've got a lot this year I want. Well, guys, part 1 is fun. What's funny is them doing this for part 2 actually kills one of my theories for what they could have done. Because one of my... Oh, it's Gilgamesh! Oh, what do you know? Well, I'm not in the worst scenario situation. It's pre-buff Gilgamesh! I wish I'd have... Okay. Oh, he's also Buster, not Arts. What the hell am I thinking? Oh, this will be interesting then, with how I've set myself up here. I played myself. Into Kazuha drop. This year is going to be rough for me. There's going to be a solid amount of servants this year. I'll probably have to wail on in the back half, because I want CL, I want Kazuha. I guess it's just CL and Kazuha drop left now, but I want higher copies on CL. Because CL, like Olga, has a little bit of a damage problem, not as big of one, but if you want to be using her for like 90++ farming, it's nice to have higher copies on CL. The Frozen Lion, I'm glad you like her design. I feel bad for Typhon. Any other year I'd probably look at Typhon and say, that's a pretty appealing role. Unfortunately, the motherfucker I'm using now comes out the same exact year as Typhon, and he kind of invalidates, him being free-to-play NP5 invalidates a lot of, and Typhon just not being flat-out better, just gameplay-wise invalidates her, and it's unfortunate that Typhon had that happen to her for how hyped she was as a servant. A lot of people are looking at Lohi. I am conflicted on Lohi. I might go for Lohi because I don't have a lot I'm going for right afterwards, but a lot of what I'm doing next year is going to be concentrated in the back half. Because I'm not rolling for anyone next year until Olga. But then I'm rolling Olga. I want to roll Summer Tiamat. I want to roll oh, and my big rolling one, the one I really want to roll is Kawakami Gensei. Because I love Kawakami Gensei's design and animations. Yeah, great design. We beat Babylonia, guys! Ah. Library... I think that last one's the training simulator. And that middle one, I don't know for sure. Either is going to be the med bay or the desk. Or the mess hall. The library. I don't actually know what this choice is for. Mash said "いいですね." So I'm gonna hope that's a good thing. Yes, the real Chaldea, the one where Olga's leading us. I want to say we're fighting... Based off the caster, we're probably fighting Solomon here. Let's set up with... Let's just give ourselves Kaleidoscope here. I'd much rather not have to futz around getting mashes, damaging NP off. Oh, I can max limit break that. The OK scope. I've already max limit broken OK scope, guys, but I can't do it for Kaleidoscope. I've got one Kaleidoscope. This is why I hate the OK scope now. I probably should be using the new story Mystic Code to get EXP on it. It is this one. As it was meant to be. New game +7, secret boss fight against learning with Manga Gudaka. Shoot him dead, Mash! Ray shifted him straight. I don't think this is real. Ah, and we started back at the beginning. I think we're redoing the same loop over and over again. Ah, okay, we get to do... I assume you do all 3 in the story, and you get to see each version of that scene. New game, +8, let's go! Camelot. 'Tis a silly place. A lot of no battle nodes in this one. Cool. I've got a shit ton of quartz now. I have seen the fitness room animation, or the fitness room CG, if you're curious. I have seen, so I do have some idea of what's going on here, because I do follow a few translation accounts that kind of highlight some parts of the story. I like to know what's going on, even if I haven't read it. So fun fact, I'm not a crazy defensive person when it comes to avoiding spoilers. I do it sometimes, but with FGO, it's such a losing battle. So I tend to not like go out of my way to hide away from spoilers just because of that. 1,800 Saint Quartz and 400 tickets, other than Summer Tiamat. That's not bad to go into Summer Tiamat with. Summer Tiamat does benefit from having more copies of her, because I believe more copies of her means better buff resist chance on her, or is it buff resist chance or debuff immune? I think it's debuff immune. You have better debuff immune if you avoid, or if you get higher copies. I'm gonna go with the one saying no. I feel like being contrarian. Either I can only use MASH here. I either pick the wrong option, and this is about to be a very hard fight with just MASH, or I pick the right option, and this is about to be a very scripted fight with MASH. It's debuff resist, that's right. Well, even the supports, it just makes her a fantastic support for bosses. That said, if you're not actually that interested outside of using her for the basics, you're not really planning to try like going super try hard challenge quests, then find a servant you actually want more copies of. Man, they really just told me, yeah, you fuck off, no. It's interesting, though. Are we fighting Erd? Yes, we are. Okay. My grand... Actually, I don't know if this is going to be a... Yeah, no, I don't have you level. We will bring my Nagao Kage Tora. I don't know if this is the greatest idea, though. I need to get used to looking at the top screen still. It's been too long since I've played FGO. In a serious capacity. Can mash be used here? Where's mash? Oh, yeah, no, where's mash? Yeah, I think we've been banned from mash. Yeah. Okay, backline. I'm putting Tamamo on the backline. And then at the very back, we're going to put Castoria Zerker and give her Rising Mudring. Oh, you want her at the front. You're no fun. Okay, that changes things. We were not, in fact, mash banned. We were just pushed into putting mash first. I don't really want to use mash first, to be honest. Free 3 stars from part 1 makes sense. So if you have any of them grailed, they're probably really good. Gee, thank you. We got 3 turns to kill those. Well, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I have the wrong Mystic Code. Okay. Not a big deal. Squidward. I just have no Noble Phantasm charge. Okay. I can definitely kill you. That last one's going to be a little bit of a trouble. No, I'm fine. I didn't need to use a command skill. I was ready to use one this round if I needed to, but... Calamari? I don't like calamari, actually. I've tried it, and I just don't care for it much. Lancer and Rider, huh? This is CCC soundtrack. Freaking fine, we'll do mash black grail shit. Here's my buster setup. Oh. No, the conceit of this one is no mash at all. I'm fine with that. That's it. Who am I using here? I know who I'm using. I got her. May as well use her. I could try to work out the waiver team, because I know she does more damage to the waiver team. I ain't worried about that right now. Okay, I could swap her with any 5-star I want. I think Castoria should be Bond 15 as well. Bond-wise, I think that's going to be the best one to bring. Where are you at? 90 casters. I almost want to grow her to 100 just so... No, she's not Bond 15. I almost want to Grail Castoria to 100 so she's just easier to find. Right now... Bring CL, I guess. And you can be literally anyone. I'm going to put Hockey out there. No. Try T.H.E Gumo. But we are in a CCC battlefield, which is interesting to me. Beyond Chaldea. Hi, Artbrug. Now we're on a turn limit here. I really do wish I could have streamed this day one. It's just it's not going to be as easy for me to do that. Although, very few days are going to be as easy for me to do that in the near future. So, it'll be a bit of a... I might get back to streaming on day one just because it stops being as easy for me to stream in general. So, by comparison, it's not as... I may as well just stream it day one in the future. But I do hate that I had to hold off on this one for so long compared to previous characters. Thankfully it's short though, so I feel like it's probably got a lot less attention on some of the other big ones. Really, I think we're just leading up to the big boss fight here. Like, this is not supposed to be a very big one. I think someone said this is 10 sections. And we're on section 4 or 5 now, I think. 6. Another archer fight. There's like 3 hard fights this chapter. Well, you've yet to hit any. This one might be hard just on the count of it being required 3 stars. Oh, I can't even customize the order of this. Mean. Do one with the same rules? Seki and I have talked about it. The same rules is a bit hard though. Seki was actually pretty miserable by the end of that. So I haven't pushed the issue on her for that. That's all on Seki whether or not she wants to do it again. And if she wants me to put together another PowerPoint. There's so many servants though. I might actually have to community source some of that. Like, but I feel bad doing that too because I don't know. It's not the kind of thing I think we can do very often or even yearly. Even though we thought about it. Oh, we're completely locked here. Okay. This is scripted loss, then. All these 3-star low rarity Part 1 servants, and not one of them is T.H.E. Smash, pass, or head pat video. And that's effectively what we did. We did smash, pass, and adopt. Were we just waiting for this to happen? Taiga is the last one standing. Taiga number 1. No point to MP charging. I hate Jefferson. I hate Mr. Hyde. They really should just buff him with a with a Noble Phantasm at the end, even if it's just basically an extra attack with a black background. No, we could have taken out one more break bar at that pace. Oh my god! Murder. I hate true name reveals are like the worst for NA players because there's never going to be a moment you don't know. JP players, yeah, you could get ahead of that reveal. NA players, hell no, hell no. Oh, you're actually making me watch this. Yeah, Hyde actually did something. We might have this chapter cleared in an hour and a half, depending on how this final fight goes. I don't think the clock's supposed to do that. And didn't manipulate him. Okay, I can use anybody I want here. It's too quick. Is my quick team over here? It is. I am going to switch out you, because I want to play Summer Tiamat a little bit more. I don't get to use her enough. Flaunt my NP3 Loki. Hello, TR Origins. I can't remember if that's an actually useful skill to pop or not, but I'm gonna go off on it for the 100%. Summer Tiamat 100%, or I mean 50%, or... No, not quite. Okay. Well, I've got a free 100% anyways. If I can manage... Actually, I don't know if I put on the quick on there correctly. I wouldn't have been able to refund anyways. Oh, nope, I would have. Noted. Sorry, it's 80%. Of course, I don't think I have any Loki face cards left. And for a fight like this, it's just not worth using not worth using a command spell just to keep up my stats. I can make this work anyways. Oh, you're a weird motherfucker. It's a Brachiosaurus with a clock for a face. Nasu likes him some dinosaurs. You hate the clock dino? Why do you hate the clock dino? What'd the clock dino ever do to you? Dino Arcway? Yeah. Lancer with the Lion King theme playing. I wonder who we're fighting. I feel like you're trying to tell me something. I think I'm just going to try curb stomping this in with Lord Lorges. You see what they want Mash to do. Yeah, Mash can be in the back line for this. This is hard fight number 1. Alright, well. Because she's not Bond 10. I don't want to do that where I have a non-Bond 10 as my Grand Servant. And then mess with anyone who might borrow a Grand Servant if they do Grand Duel. When she inevitably hits Bond 10 for how much I use her in farming, I'll switch her to my Grand. Or I might at some point do a run on the Grand Saber Duel. I'll go back and I'll bring Mordred if I need to. So I've heard. I see what you mean is the first one is actually kind of a boss. I wish I had better cards. I'll actually do some team building when we get to the last fight. I'm not wrong, the last fight's also done in Grand Duel format. Oh, that's a damage resist. I could pop Oberon's Desperation move, but I somehow get the feeling that damage resist and all the defense ups are going to stop me on this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because now, yeah, she's about to fall asleep for a few turns. If I'm not wrong, that should last... yeah, 3 turns total. I don't think that's sleep proc. You know what did proc? The Invincible. Motherfucker. It is just a bit funny that Lord just survived. Ah, this is awkward. Okay, you guys said Mordred should come to this. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out of this because I don't expect this to go very well regardless of what I do. Does anybody have a Mordred on support? There's a Mordred there. And I want to build this more around boss fights and less around rushing. Let's go to a blank team. Or a less serious team. Pull you out. I'm just going to put Castoria in the back line here. Do I have any on-death proc CEs? Can't remember if I do. Doesn't particularly matter, I can't fit a CE right now on her. Let's focus on putting the CEs on supports here. Okay, we'll try this. I suppose I could have used Bathory's Bond CE. But she is Bond 10. That's right, Peter. Okay, yeah, I can hold off on the rest there. Oof. Alright, we're gonna see how well this works. Still pretty violently strong, but they're fine. Try to heal Moan here. Just hope she doesn't kill us. Yeah, for now. This is my final round on full crazy with Mordred. She is Pierce Invincible, if I'm not wrong. I believe just enough. Ah, dang. My mistake. Hold off on those for a second. I will, however, pop that. Let's go, Mortal Kombat! Kinda. Okay, we're making a dent. Whew. Mordred is helpful in this fight. think by this point, even if she were to pop another NP on me, I'd probably still be able to pull this out with at worst one revive. Oh, I've won this. Alright, I gotta kill this round or it's over. Nah, I'd actually probably still look, because the back line, they're too slow, but I have a feeling they still win. Yeah, that's it. Good boss. I don't have any front slots on JP right now. Yeah, it was a good Fatal Battle theme. What class are we fighting? I'm sure with where we're at in the chapter, this fight's also going to be not pretty. And then AoE NPing on break. Noted. Oh, you son of a bitch! You had to do that. Why? How long does that last? Just one turn? He's gonna spam another effect next turn, presumably. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Pop these so I can have an MP next round, knowing Uchi has no means of battery charge if he's spamming stuff like that. We're just gonna poke at him and hope that he doesn't sleep me again. Everyone has resist, so I should be fine. Invincible. Fucking course you have invincible. And it's one turn! Oh my god, this is annoying. I knew I should have grabbed Origin Bullet. I almost grabbed Origin Bullet. I came that close to grabbing Origin Bullet. Well, I think Origin Bullets ignore defenses, so... Okay, what fresh hell do you have for me today? I mean, you... Oh, I hate you. If you're going to spam an AoE after this turn, as soon as I knock out that break bar, you're going to turn around and hit me with an AoE NP that I cannot stop. I don't think I need that many people out front, though. I don't need the extra damage, frankly. I actually might be able to tank this, though. I should have popped the heal on Uchi last round. But... everyone resists. If anyone's gonna die here, it'll be Uchi, which is gonna be unfortunate if that happens. I don't think Uchi lived that. Oh no, Uchi lived it. I can live with that. He is about to kill her, though. I might have to stone this one. Plan B! Because he can't NP anymore. And I'm sitting here fighting a caster with an alter ego who can solo shit. The worry here is that he manages to kill her, which he very well might be. I was hoping he wouldn't do that. Yeah, if he kills Tiamat, that is the run. I will have to Bluestone if he kills Tiamat. He's also buff blocking, I'm noticing, or at least percentage. Cool. That's fine. I don't actually mind that on this round. Not that I can do that much, but... I would have liked to have a brave chain or a mighty chain. He has to not attack Tiamat this round for me to live this. Cool. He does have Pierce Invincible, so once again I'm in a he has to not attack Tiamat spot. I have Bazette on NA. I see how Bazette would be useful for this fight, though. Yeah, that was gonna happen eventually. Okay, we will have to stone this fight then. Most likely. I might be able to pull something off with Mash here. I think having a good last man standing here, like a really good last man standing, is actually probably one of the most optimal ways to win this fight. That should pierce Invincible if I'm not wrong. We actually might win this. I know there is a loss condition here, but we might win this. Alright, we cleared the loss condition. We won this without needing to resort to a stone. Thank you for being busted, Nash. Mash smash. I want to pretend I don't know what you're talking about, Tacos. Dinos. We haven't done it enough this stream. Let's bring on the... Let's bring on the Kukulkaning. I can just remove your bond CE. Or your bond up CE. I'm not wrong. Is that? Or is it... Those are Annie rewards, and she came out prior to last year. I think it's this one? Mashu... No. Assassin... I think it is this one, actually. Let me look it up real quickly. Oh, it's the King Eliza drawing? Okay, I see what they're talking about. There it is. I got too many servants I want to make grand to do MASH. I thought about it, but I got too many I want to make grand. Well, that dinosaur did not load very well. That was a bad angle. Thank you? In theory, if I played that a little smarter, I actually could have gotten a third, I could have managed a third, Buster buff on round 1. I just thought about that. Noted for the future. I love Kukulkan. I could have swapped her out for hindsight being 2020. I also could have swapped her out for Merlin on round one, or not Merlin. For Oberon on round one. Pain we feel at the Grand Assassin, yeah. Drop the sun on the dinosaur! Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either. Especially because I hear there's a non-zero chance the next story chapter might actually be a summer story chapter again. He tunes about it. Is this the hard fight? Okay, let's see. Archer and Rider. Oh, it's not the real one? Okay. Realistically, I'm going to set the team I'm probably thinking about here. Okay, and we're actually going to switch you out. I want to go here, see if I can find a copy of her somewhere on here. There's got to be at least one. Not immediately. Not a lot of people setting Erd already. Well, which surprises me, because she's supposed to be pretty good. Oh, there she is. But that's only 888. I am surprised that there aren't as many no-lives. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they are saving for Annie. You are right about that. Yeah, I'm not finding one, so I'm just gonna borrow this one up here, and we'll fuck around with this a little bit. I have a feeling Erd kind of has to be divine, so Rising Mudrain should be really good here. I don't think she's chaotic, but she should be divine. I will probably fuck around with the fight a little bit more on the second round when I can actually use the more grands. Yeah, lawful balance, figured. Oh wait, I don't have Proto Merlin on this account. Noted. I'm sure it won't actually let me kill her, and I assume there's going to be some gimmick here that stops me from hurting her. Oh, you have to kill her? Alright, well, I'm still pretty well equipped to do it. I do wish I had some kind of other card on Castoria Zerker here, though. Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm pulling Erd out. I should have remembered that one of those is a skill cooldown. I don't think I used that skill cooldown quite properly. Not really. I've never played a Guild Wars game. I heard like they're throwing around a lot of like this is going to revolutionize MMOs and stuff like that. So It's at least got my interest a little bit, but I'm not in the Guild Wars scene, so I haven't... unless I start hearing some stuff about some of the stuff it's doing, I'm not going to have that much to say about it, I feel like. I was like, yeah, you're not going to make me kill those other 5 enemies, are you? That'd be annoying. And now we have the Beast. Le Beast. Let's bring a Grand Castoria here. I don't know if it'll actually let... yeah, it's going to be Grand. Okay. Other Grand for DPS. Immediately, I want to bring my Zerker. Can I move a Grand to the back line? Yes, I can. Alright, and then in the back line, my last Grand, I'm going to make it CL. CL's just one of the bulkier servants I have. I can use her for last man standing very easily. And that's an infinite party cost. That's fun. Scary as hell, but fun. Okay, put Palmo here. Come on. And I want Palmo with an OK score. And I want a single Koyon to help CL when she comes out. Meaning I might actually put... Oh, and it's infinite, so what I can do is give myself a C-Star Bomb for CL. Hardest fight? Noted. C-Star, I'll move CL up one, so CL comes out first. Oh, ah, dang it. It's the Bond Seas. Can only have... Okay, we're switching you for... Let's grab you. And that should be allowable. Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep that. I'd like to have the debuff clear. Or the attack debuff clear. Could be useful. Hey, it's a remix of the original Grand Battle theme. That'd be funny if she resisted Berserker. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she's probably all neutral, though. And I forgot sometimes they double your... Yeah, we'll hold off on that, actually. Not giving her a second one, because that should also apply threat to humanity. I'm gonna save the Grand Castoria's MP for a bit. Yeah, it's a little Castoria. That's pretty grand right now. I think we've neutralized my defensive buffs here, which is unfortunate. But I should be fine. This round, at least. If Olga of all servants had class advantage, she might actually, because she has anti-beat. Not the fox wife! I got what I needed to out of her. Okay, I'm popping the Grand Castoria's NP. Because I have a feeling... It looks like every round she eats up a defensive buff, I think. If it's causing any issues for you, let me know. I'm not seeing any drop frames on my side. This should hurt like a son of a bitch. Yeah. Alright, we're resetting the clock. Why you gotta be like that? Alright, at least my two main, my primary two live this. Not exactly the situation I wanted, because I was kind of hoping that they'd all die if I'm going to be pushed into CL. do more than 1 bar each turn. Interesting. I can see how that would work, though. If I had managed to get more of a damage rush with Castoria Zerker, I probably could have done something like that. This is about to be a very interesting comp. Can't swap CL out. Yeah, I should have had Koi on first. Be about the fight, basically. I think she'd be pissed off as hell. Like, that's the kind of thing that's gonna annoy her. I'm fine bluestoning this fight, though. It's an interesting fight. I should be able to knock out this Breaker, though. I don't know, maybe not. Oh no, I got it. Okay. What is this saying? Nega Tezu. They're going to be their own video. Pretty much certainly they'll be their own video. I know we covered them with Young Moriarty a bit, but... if anyone knows what the fuck is going on there, I'd appreciate that, but... okay, I need an NP. We're gonna pop a command spell. Choose a servant to freeze in time. The servant can't attack, but cooldowns and buff don't move either. That's a pretty easy one. I'll, I actually like that. I mean, CL can be kind of put on ice for a bit. Although I think a bunch of people are about to die. I miss my sea stars. Just use them since I'm gonna bluestone anyways if I end up needing to go further. Oh, Seki is absolutely gonna hate this fight with a passion. Oh! Oh! That's actually really, really bad. Though I think it might be time to let Castoria Zerker go for a bit. Even knowing she's probably dying this round. Yeah, I thought you'd be dying soon. She'll probably have bluestones for this fight, because remember, her goal is to be caught up basically by the finale. There's very little chance that Seki's going to be coming into this without bluestones, because she'll probably be playing this unless she's out of the country or something. If she's still playing FGO by the time this chapter drops in NA, she'll probably be playing it at launch. And it's not a long chapter either. I just have to kill my entire front line, so I think it's stripped the defensive buffs all. Like, the defensive buff stripped the speeder. I love CL. Yeah, I'm gonna play this defensively here. You have to become a lumberjack again? Oh, we're gonna be cutting it close. I don't know that I'll be able to live this. This might be it. It's a good run. I came real close too. Oh! Yeah, but with literally nothing I can tap to get any defenses or heals going. There's no way I managed to clear this in one swoop. Like, I wish I had literally anything to work with here, but I have nothing. Look at that. That's rough. Ah! What the hell? Did that really just happen? What? Thank you, David. I think I understand the purpose of what's happening there. I think that reacts to David's animation update. That was a pretty damn good animation update. God damn! Oh God, that was a certifiable CL moment. I'm so glad I got that on camera. That might be the third time I've ever managed to barely win out a fight with CL at the last possible moment. Because I also did that for the last 2 Olga fights as well when I had to do the rest, when I did the last attempts off camera. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, no kidding. That was straight up plot armor. I gotta say, though, that was a very, very fun boss fight. No, that would be Aoko, who absolutely would not have been able to do that fight very well. You don't want that fight lasting very long, and Aoko is better at being sort of a perpetual engine. When you're using her in a boss fight setting, at least. Ooh, new title screen. Just listen to the title track for a bit. It is a very good title track. Is this confirmed part 3, or have they? Because I know, like, Cosmos the Lost Belt had the title screen, obviously, but so did Epic or Remnant had its own title screen. So I don't know if this is counted, if they're counting this as part 3 or 2.5. It's 100% part 3. At the very least, it's fun to be in a new era of, or not new era, but like a new FGO arc. There's the next chapter. Free quests for me to do. Yay. I haven't had any of those in a long... It's been a long time. It's been a year since I had any free quests, because I caught up on those on JP before the finale. And the... Yeah. Alright, well, we're going to throw what quartz we have into Erd here. There's a bunch of singles, though. Didn't quite get me to a multi. They might be cooking on something. I 100% think they're cooking. They have something cooking. Erd is a unique summon card? Yes, that's what the reveal was earlier. Now, are we going to get to see it? Probably not. I'm throwing singles here. That's where we're at on this. Yeah, if you see a gold archer, it's gonna look special. But I'm not holding my breath here. Got unique card animations. It'd be cool. Two more. All right, last pull for the night. Three-star servant. Yep. Zinke. Oh, Jekyll and Hyde. Alright. Oh, that sufficiently hit 2 hours. Let's see here. Is it still Little Da Vinci here? I bought my monoprism stuff, but also I have I need to save up some monoprisms for that for the next few months. So be pretty liberal about rolling to try getting it. Okay, I'm gonna move to a chatting screen. So that was, yeah, that was really fun actually. I don't mind the much shorter chapter drops. Oh, I should sometimes it does this. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong one. Hang on. Interact. Doop. There we go. I don't mind the shorter chapter size. Honestly, this is I'm glad to finally have an FGO stream where I'm not crashing out at 2 in the morning. That's not my favorite genre of stream. I'm going to be honest here. But that was real. Like, but the fight, that last fight, the fights are actually across the board pretty fun. To be honest, like I'm thinking back here, and I don't think I hated any fights. Like there's some time, like in a previous chapter drops, there's always like one fight I didn't like necessarily because I didn't think it was. I thought it was more meant to fuck you over if you're blind. It was basically an AP sync, so you had to go back and re-strategize. You couldn't necessarily team build around it. I feel like a solid, like what I did there was a solid frontline backline team there, using using typical boss strategies, and I still barely won that using command spells even. So that fight was hard. It was definitely rough. I don't think it was. I don't think it crossed the threshold into being unfair. No, I hated that fight with a passion. Now, granted, maybe they gave you a little bit more warning that hey, you should use your welfare Solomon for that Kyrie fight, but at least on JP, which I played, I had no way of knowing. Maybe in NA it'll be a little bit better. I can find something. Yeah, the random guts. The random guts really. Ooh, go back and watch that stream. I was not happy with that fight. But the 3 big fights there, the Lance Toria, the Gilgamesh, and the Erd fight, those are all pretty fun fights, to be honest. Like I felt like those fights, like sure, if you're a really committed player and you know going in what you're fighting, you could create really good teams that can probably cheese those fights. Bazette, for example, which Tacos brought up, seems like a great counter to Gilgamesh in that fight. But Erd in particular was... That fight was fun. I would not have minded either if I had to do a Bluestone. I could have done a Bluestone and be like, okay, I lost that fight, but it was close, and I feel like there was I reasonably could have won. I actually don't know if that fight was harder or easier than the final 2 Olga fights. What makes me hate those fights in particular is just how long you're spending before you find out whether you win or lose. Yeah, no, we pretty much know for certain the cryptos are going to come back. We've known that since White Day. You don't just make new sprites, brand new sprites for them, and not use those sprites at some point. Now, I think I have a feeling it's going to be kind of like this, where it's for a 1 chapter deal. Like that seems to be like I have a like that's what I'm the sense I'm getting from what I've seen online about this chapter is that a lot like we're going to get some fan servicey stuff, and a lot of the stuff they did in this chapter was one off. Outside of the lore stuff of what's going on with Erd and the Norns. But the Cryptors, I have a feeling it's going to be a one and done chapter deal. Probably similarly to this, flashing back to the Cosmos and the Lost Ball arc a little bit. be about saving friends in the Lost Belts. It would be rough. I think if FGO Part Two hadn't ended in the way it did, I might have thought like if it had ended on more of a on less of a bittersweet note and more of a happy note, maybe I could see a world where it's saving our friends in the Lost Belts. I don't think there's really a purpose to that at this point. Frankly, if they were going to do that at any time, it would have been done in the Part 2 finale. But unless Part 3 is suddenly going to become some like crazy Fate Extra style, like this is a world separated from other worlds, and that's what the point of, and it's like comprised. Unless they do something like that, I doubt we're going to be saving the Lost Belts permanently. Maybe get some closure on some of that stuff. I can see a world where we meet, like, obviously the Cryptors and some of the other Lost Belt characters, but that just doesn't feel like what we're building to. No, I don't think we're going to be validating FGO as proper human history. FGO is pretty well established that to validate yourself as proper human history, you kind of necessarily have to overwrite the planet. So it would be rough. I mean, I guess technically you have Lost World stuff, but I don't see them doing that either. To be honest, I do think we're going to be the Part 2 finale is going to stick by the end of Aftertime. It's what comes after that that'll be its own thing. Because I don't think anything they want to do they want to do to undo Nasu's ending. Build on it maybe, expand on it possibly. I don't think they're gonna go. We're gonna turn around and undo it one part later. Yeah, yeah. I could see a world in which they're like, no, like here. Okay, okay. Here's the most I'm willing to give the idea of it saving the Lost Belts or saving FGO's timeline. I think the most you could possibly expect is that the end of Aftertime records the Lost Belts, including FGO. Um, that it that we've sort of preserved that we preserve the fact that all these weird Lost Belt characters are in the Throne of Heroes, and somehow if we continue on to an FGO Part 3, we have to explain why they're still there, even though they were pretty much pruned from existence. Every last one of them, including Ritsuka and their connection to all the exclusive servants. I don't think we're integrating the timeline to pan-human history, but I do think like we're going to be like the world's going to recognize that it happened even if it was pruned. That's the best I think you could get. Sort of maybe even an expansion on what was going on with David. Actually, I think what's going on with David is probably going to be expanded on when we see the Cryptors again. I have a strong feeling that's what they're doing when we see the Cryptors again. Um, yeah, Lost World. That is really the only way you could do it. Is sort of similar to how the fairies and Avalon the Fae handled it, or how they would have handled it. But technically, Nasu did set that up as a possibility, so it's not impossible that we establish an aftertime that this weird alternate world continues on, sort of as its own thing. But I don't think that's the direction they're going. Yeah, yeah. David remembers the FGO timeline, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's revealed in Aftertime that David has something to do with, or David has something to do with what's going on. So yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm probably gonna get going soon. You'll probably see me a fair bit this week. Like I'll be back with Tea Time Chat on Wednesday. Expect us to be talking about the Nintendo Direct, the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Showcase, and the State of Play. That's like I feel like based off of the conversations I've had with Seki, we're gonna that might be like one of the more centerpiece discussions of that. But we have other stuff we want to talk about too. Um, Seki's gonna be doing 2 Olympus streams. I don't think I'll be popping into tomorrow's. I might pop into Thursdays though. So you might see me then as well. Uh, next week. Next week. I don't want to make any promises next week because I need to talk with Seki. We had a tentative plan for Monday. We might not be immediately starting Pokemon Coliseum. Uh, Seki and I might be doing a tour stream on Monday. I don't know for sure though. I need to talk with her, see if that's still something she wants to do on Monday. We might not be doing that until after she gets back, to be honest. Um, if we do a tour stream, that'll be on Monday. If we don't do a tour stream, I'll be streaming Pokemon Coliseum, and I might be streaming a little bit earlier um, than I have been doing my streams. A, because it'll be fun to kind of get a fun running start on Coliseum, maybe a longer stream that Monday. But B, it'll also mean that I can I'll just be available earlier. So I might be able to start just a little bit earlier than I normally have, maybe like a 5 or 6 start. I think Zelrach literally can't be watching the FGO timeline. When he looks at a timeline, it validates that timeline as a main branch. I don't know exactly how the lore on that works, but that's why he had to be careful what timeline he looked at during Strange Fake. Like he can sort of spy on the periphery the events that might happen, but he can't actively look at it. All right. Rolling. FGO rolling. You'll be seeing me back for rolling in summer this year for NA. I don't expect to be doing any rolling on Space Oresh. I might throw some quartz at her depending on how far above pity I am at that point. But even then, I want to go for really high copy CL. So even if I hit above pity, I might just hold on to that for CL instead of going for a Space Oresh, or just keep Space Oresh for Destiny orders. Yeah, yeah. Um, my speculation on Ritsuka getting that promotion, to be honest, is something to do with. I don't, even though FGO is a lost belt, it's evident that some stuff carried over into the main timeline. Um, there are records, like little hints and things that affected the pan human history or proper human history because of FGO, from what I understand of the ending. So it is very possible that that's why, or it's also very possible that that somehow, some way, the fact that because Ritsuka being able to summon all these servants in theory, carries over between different FGO timelines. It very well could be that aspect of Ritsuka was immediately recognized by someone in the clock tower. So it's like that. Those are kind of my leading theories: is David or Zelrech. And it doesn't even have to. The funny part is, it doesn't have to be the proper FG or the main FGO timeline either, because we know for a fact that there are alternate FGO timelines that don't seem to necessarily be lost belts, or at least they never got that far into their arc. So it's, who knows with it. I don't know if they're going to address it or not. I think they will. I do think they will, because it fits a little too cleanly into the to that entire stuff about Ritsuka being able to summon servants between different timelines. But who knows? Who knows at this rate? All right. Well, now I do need to go, so I will see you guys Wednesday for tea time chat. Have a good one, guys.